where to begin? So, where have I been? If you've kept up with the channel in the last couple months, you may have noticed there's been nothing on it. So, if you've been keeping up, you're very dedicated, and I'm sorry I haven't been posting. So, I figured there might as well be an explanation to why I haven't posted in, what has it been, like 4, 5 months? Wow, that's a lot. Well, I'm going to start off by apologizing for not posting any content. I know a lot of you have been commenting, where's the content? Are you dead? I'm unsubscribing. Those kinds of things. And I know, and though that's sad that I'm not posting any, it gives me some heart that you guys actually watch the content. Even if it's not huge followings. So I want to thank you for those of you who watch the content, what was up that I was posting, and I completely fell off the face of the map. And I want to let you know that that was not on purpose. That was an accident. Life just got busy. You know, I didn't foresee. I had so many things I wanted to do that the YouTube fell out. For me right now, in my life, I'm not, one of those big YouTubers that in the fishing industry that YouTube is the top priority of mine. I don't make my living off of YouTube. So when other things came up, it just kind of fell to the bottom, and it kept falling and falling and falling, and it just never, until now, I haven't had time to do it. And so I figured I might have a little bit of an explanation as to what I've actually been up to that's kept me from posting for so long. So might as well start back at the beginning when I completely stopped posting videos. So back in August or July, or I forget, I went to ICAST. It was my first time going. The Lucky Tackle Box team invited me down. I was super thankful, and I was super excited to be down there. I got to meet a bunch of YouTubers, guys that understood the kinds of things I was going through, the struggle to edit and post, and the tricks of YouTube, and just people that actually were my age doing my thing in my time of life. It was people I could relate to very easily. So I was super excited, and it had me super pumped up about the fishing industry and what I could do. And I was super excited because I had signed up for my first ever set of tournaments, the Bassmaster Northern Opens, as a co-angler, which I would fish after ICAST. So after that, I just had a lot of things going on in the summer, and I actually filmed several videos, but I never got around to editing them because it seemed like I was always busy. Then early August rolls around and school starting, and I am becoming a lot more busy, and I also had my first tournament as a Bassmaster Northern Open. It was my very first bass fishing tournament ever, and it's the co-angler on the Northern Opens. If you've never heard of it, you can go look it up. And it was the James River. It was my first tournament ever. I was super nervous, and I had a really good time, and it was a great experience.
The Dice from Lynchburg, Virginia. Jack fishing on the co-angler side.
If you guys want to hear about the story, leave in the comments below if you want to hear about some of my tournament stories, but I'll have a couple pictures up now. It was a lot of fun. I ended up finishing in 30th place after sitting in 100th place after the first day. I bounced back to 30th after an amazing day. My boater the second day, he wasn't doing too well, so he and we just kind of fished to have fun, and he was very gracious with me, let me cast where I want to, and I ended up catching 2 really nice fish and 1 other keeper to squeak into the top and make a check. And that was super exciting for me in my first tournament at that level, literally weighing in next to guys like Mike Iaconelli, Adrian Avina. It was an incredible experience for me. So again, I had an awesome time, and it was a great experience. And I actually tried to film some of it, but during competition, you just get so caught up in trying to get that bite, in trying to stay competitive while you're out there, that I had trouble keeping up with the GoPro, and I ended up not really having any footage. But I was determined that the next tournament I went to, my next Open, I would try to do better and get some footage for you guys. But school had started back up. That was actually during my first week of school, was at the tournament. So I was gone all week. I missed a week of school, and I was trying to catch up. And I knew that I was going to be gone another week for the other Open on Lake Champlain. At the same time, I was also involved in a theater program, and I was involved in high school soccer. So I was trying to juggle my fishing life, my YouTube life, my school, theater, and soccer. It was an insane amount, and I just couldn't keep up, and something had to fall off. And unfortunately for me, that was YouTube. I just couldn't get those videos out. It was either get my schoolwork done on time or upload a video. And for me, that was a clear choice to make. And so even though I didn't post, I was still incredibly busy, and I wanted to post so badly, but I just couldn't. So time goes by, I'm busy with all my stuff, and here comes the second Northern Open. I had another amazing time, but this time I was determined I would get some good footage. I brought my GoPro, my cameras. I filmed a lot of footage during practice, and it was awesome. The last day of practice I was out there, I practiced with David Dudley again, and we were out there and we were catching them and holding them up for the camera. It was awesome. Then I took the camera with me to registration to go where you sign in and you verify that you're gonna fish the tournament and you hear all the rules. So I brought my GoPro with me to bring some cool shots. And during the meeting, I clamped the GoPro underneath my chair that I was sitting at. And I was like, I better not forget this. I just have to remember it. And so, listen to the meeting, it's right there, you know, it's right under my feet. And then after the meeting, they send you a text message with your boater for the next day. And so my boater calls me, and in that chaos of the room, I'm trying to find him. And I'm calling, I'm like, oh, where are you at? To talk, because you have to meet your boater to determine where you're gonna meet the next day so you can go fishing with them, what kind of stuff baits you might need to bring, if they're gonna be fishing something different than what you're prepared for. So basically you just you talking about where you're gonna meet tomorrow and just clear everything up for the next day. So, but in the chaos of trying to find him, and because you're looking for someone you've never met before, usually, so it was a lot harder. So when I finally found him and got it all settled, and by the time it was time to go, I'd completely forgotten about my GoPro. Flash forward, I'm rigging tackle that night, and it hits me. Oh my gosh, I don't have my GoPro. So we run back to the auditorium where I had left my GoPro, and we thought it was gonna be locked. I thought there's no way I'm gonna be able to get in. I go in, it's unlocked actually. I get inside, go right to my seat where I was sitting, and the GoPro's gone. I'm like, huh. I look around, it's not sitting on any tables or anything. So I give the tournament director a call and ask him if anyone who was cleaning up had seen it, and unfortunately no one had. So basically, the long story short, my GoPro was taken after I left it there. So that was sad, and that's another reason I haven't been posting, is I literally had my camera stolen. So those tournaments were an awesome experience, and I gained a ton of knowledge and new experience in fishing that I've never done before, and I really learned a lot, and it was super fun, but I still had no videos. So, and life went on. I went back home, still had soccer, still had theater, and then eventually end of the year tests, and it all combined, it was so much that I would actually have to skip parts of one soccer practice to make it to another part of a theater practice that I'm missing. That's how tight my schedule was, and I just had no time. And so basically, long story short, the reason I haven't posted any videos is not because I'm dead or have stopped doing fishing or anything like that. In fact, I'm doing more and interesting fishing than I ever have before. If you haven't noticed, there's a new boat I'm sitting in. It's not new as in year-wise, but it's new to me. And so I've been fishing out in this thing and loving it. And I actually have a video coming up soon where I first got this thing, and we did film a video down actually in Louisiana. So that's coming up. So I have content. I have videos from the summer I haven't posted. Ones I've even edited some. I just never got the time to finish them. And so now I'm getting near my winter break, and I actually have time to not only fish more, but actually film the videos and edit them. The editing is what takes so long. You know, I go fishing because I love it, but editing it afterwards takes time. And it gives me a lot of respect for those YouTubers who go after it every day. That's a lot of work and a lot of time. And it takes a lot of work to stay relevant on YouTube. And so basically, I want to apologize for not posting. You know, it hurts as much as it, for you guys, it may not, you know, it's just not no content. It's just, maybe it's a bummer. You'd like to see content from me, and you enjoy a video of mine, because that's why you subscribed. And I want to thank you for that. But it hurts me as much as it hurts you, if not more, you know. It killed my growth, you know, not posting. My growth has pretty much hit the bottom. You know, everything, AdSense, views, you know, everything. It just stops because YouTube realizes, you know, it sees that consistency and it promotes it. When it's not there, it doesn't really want to promote it. So basically, I kind of killed my channel growth. But that doesn't mean I don't want to post videos for the almost 10,000 of you who are still subscribed. And so I'd love to get back into posting. No, I don't know. I can't promise anything. I don't know when I'm going to be busy again, but I know that I'm going to try my best to not only make time for those videos, but make time for fishing. Because even though I was fishing for weeks at a time during these tournaments, I was almost fishing less than I ever had before, because by the time in between those tournaments, I was so busy, I had literally no time to fish. And that would hurt me, and I can't film a video if I'm not actually fishing. And I just wanted this to be an explanation for why I haven't posted at all. I pretty much killed my channel, but that's fine by me, because there's still, I need to get back to doing videos for the reason I started them. And that's because I love them. I feel like so many new people, they want to become a big YouTuber. And that applies to all of YouTube, but in fishing too, I see it all the time. People who want to be the next John B, the next Lunkers, the next Perrick, the next Flair, the next Tyler, the next Noah. They want to be these guys, and they look up to them, and that's why they post. They want to be famous. And I think that's the guys at the top. The reason they're at the top is because they, first and foremost, they love fishing, and they love video making, and they love putting those things together. They're not there, they got there because that passion showed through. And so, if I can have an advice for someone who's starting, don't let it be just because. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. If you don't enjoy the grind of editing, don't do it. And so, for that reason, for me, if it was just labor to edit, and all that passion for it is gone, then it's not really worth it anything to me. But I feel like now that I have the time, and I'm fishing again, I'm rekindling that passion to make those videos and bring them to you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. It really helps. And leave a comment below if you want to see what kinds of videos you want to see from me. If you want to hear about my tournament experiences, if you want to see a tour of this boat, maybe. Of course, some videos in the boat. Just whatever you want to see, throw it at me. And if you guys want to keep up with me, even when I'm not posting videos, I actually have an Instagram and a Facebook. So if you want to click these links up here or down in the description, wherever they are, be sure to check them out. I've been posting pictures since those tournaments, actually, is why I started them. So if you haven't followed those because I haven't linked to them in any videos, well, here they are now. So go ahead and click on them, or follow them if you want to keep up with me even when I'm not posting. I'll try to post pictures whenever I can for my tournaments, my regular fishing, and just whatever. So be sure to follow those if you want to keep up with Obsessed Fishing anytime. Until next time, guys, God bless and tight lines.